should be able to hear me now. All right, good. It says the stream is healthy. Analytics. Wow, the connection is so bad. Anyway, I'll figure this out. Properties. You go to screen capture. 1080p. All right. Studio concurrent viewers. Let's just pin this. All right, well, let's get started. Okay, so I've got a couple of tasks. The first one is just to fix the gallery maps. So this is the live side. Let's just get the dev side running. There we go. Just pop that one open over here. Now we can see on the live site the LGBT plus legal equality index map is not showing anything. The homicide rate map is also not showing anything. And the population density, it was showing the base map. Let's just reload this one. Yeah, it shows the base map, but not the country data overlaid on top of it, which says to me that the coding of the data, the values, is incorrect, because it looks like these are all coded as the lowest value instead of using the correct legend values, as you can see in the screenshot of what it's supposed to be. So these screenshots are what each one is supposed to look like, more or less. Okay, gallery is working nicely. Okay, let's go to the local site, and let's open up let's do the first one here. Actually, you know what? Let's go to admin first, and then go to maps, and then go to the LGBT one, which is this bottom one. Now I can click validate, open up my dev tools, clear, click validate, and you can see here it tells me, I built this in the last session, validate option for each map, and it shows me here what the details are. So let's go to the top firstly. So this is Zod validation. So it's validation of the data that's being fetched from the database. So it's expecting a property of state and then is loading. Okay, so what we can do is let's open up the database, Supabase, project editor. Oh, I need to connect Studio on my iPad over here. Studio, so that I can see details on the iPad while I'm live streaming, because I only have one monitor. Oh, great. Apple doesn't do that. Apple software sucks so much. Hardware is fantastic, but the software really, really sucks, both on my iPad and my MacBook. Okay, search, YouTube, Studio. Yeah, there we go, get the app. Ah, finally, Supabase loaded. All right, so what we're looking at here is this top one, and we're looking specifically at the data, and the data is has an incorrect structure to it. It's missing some values, some properties. Okay, so YouTube Studio is now busy installing on my iPad. Good, it'll just take a minute. Let's copy the value here. Copy cell. Now what we can do is I've made a new file here that we can use to test the values. So if we go to where is it? types validation. So this is the file I made called types validation, and it lets me paste in the value here. And you know, we'll just select this line and click that. Okay, good. So that formats it nicely. Let's close the run window. And now this is because we've got using TypeScript, and I've got very specific a very specific type for this data. This you know, map data is the type. So you can see it's typed save data, and we can see some red underlined values where there's errors. In fact, it's strange that it's not putting those on new lines. Let's just show context actions. Strange. Oh, there. Okay, now if I click that button, reformat code is not putting these on a new line. That is bizarre. Normally does. You can see everything else was put on its own line. Right, so state is what? Missing a few values. Right. So what we can do is we go to save data as a type. I'll just put this over there. Save data. It's from save data schema. So it's expecting layers and then metadata. And within layers, so let's go to the layer schema. Here's the layer schema. So state has two optional values, or two optional properties, and 4 not optional ones. So we need these two, and then is loading and is selected. Yeah, we're missing the bottom two, is loading and is selected. So let's copy those properties, comma, is loading, is selected. Interestingly, that it pasted these as single quoted strings, not double quoted. Here, the JSON is all double quoted. I could have sworn, hang on, I want to just check something. If I copy this and I paste it in there, oh, this time it kept the double quoted strings and these are only single. Okay, hang on, let's cut those. Delete this bottom one, because it's the same thing. Okay, now in state, we're going to paste comma those two, and let's and they all the state things just start as false. Obviously, we need to take out that last comma because this is JSON and it has a very specific type. And then there's because there's two layers here. This one state also needs to be fixed. There we go. Cool. State is done. Now level is an old property that we don't keep anymore, or we use it in a different way. And now this is saying it's missing structure. Okay, so this one has a structure, so we can copy this layer's structure. It's just before state. The order doesn't matter, but I like to keep it in a consistent order. The order of the properties. Let me just check. Okay, so nobody's viewing yet, so hello to nobody. Okay, so I've got, sorry, I'm jumping around a bit. I've installed the app on my iPad. Let's get started, sign in on a map. You can now upload directly from Studio. Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm on dashboard. I want to go to content. How do I do this? Views. But no, I don't want analytics. I want like the live. I want to see live stuff. Can I not do that? Studio live streaming. How do I go to live streaming on the iPad app? Sorry, it's just not showing at all. Don't know if you can see that. Anyway. Maybe community tab. Connect with your community. Start exploring. Nope, no comments, no nothing. So analytics, I don't want analytics though. Content, no, and earn. None of these tabs seem relevant. Start earning your journey earlier. No! Does it not have live data? Well, that freaking sucks. It just doesn't recognize that I'm currently live. The app. Chat is disconnected. Oh, it's successfully connected. Okay. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines. Slow mode is on. Okay, yeah, that's all fine. I can click plus. No, that's just like upload. Click on a map. That's just my profile. Click notifications. Nothing there. It's like the app just does not recognize that I'm online, that I'm live. That's so pointless. What if I go in the app, in the browser, and I open up Studio. Okay, I'm logged in, that's good. Select on a map channel. Oh, it's just opened up. It just opens up the app. Oh, okay, now it's opened. Cool. So I'm seeing everything. Now I need to go to, which tab am I on here? Expand menu, manage. I'm on the manage tab. I don't know how to see that. There's content. There's analytics, there's audience, there's, what is this, captions or something? Channel subtitles. There's what looks like a C for copy, content detection, copyright, okay. Monetization. What's the last tab here? This looks interesting. No, audio library. YouTube audio library. Browse and download music free of cost for your project. You can use these audio tracks in any of your videos. That's really cool. Okay. Once again, it doesn't seem to recognize that I'm live streaming. And this is the browser web app of YouTube Studio. If I click on that go live button, what happens then? It's taking me to the stream. Can I do that on the app though? Let's go back to the app. Can I click go live? No, there's no button for that. So the app is not going to work, only the website or web app. It's saying connecting to stream. So I'm basically opening up this same page on my iPad. Connecting streaming software to start. No, but it is live. Maybe let's just reload this page. Maybe that'll do it. Okay, tap on it. Come on, you can do it. Connect streaming software to start preview. But it's already running. I'm live. I can see I'm live there. 18 minutes. Stream health. Stream is healthy. Cool. Moderation 0 current viewers. I don't know what's going on here with the iPad web app thing. I'll let it just try to connect and let's continue where we left off. Okay, so it looks like we've sorted out the issues here with this particular data set for this map. So let's paste it back in, save the changes, and now if I click reload on this admin page, and we're going to validate it again. You know, what would be nice is if OBS, how do I do this again? Hold on, there we go, and then drag it over here. Good, so now OBS shows there. It would be nice if it was a red dot, so it's like extra bold. Start virtual camera, stop streaming, start recording. I could record, that's good. Anyway, so we were here, LGBT legal index, legal equality index, click validate. It's good, great. Let's open it up in a new tab and see if it loads nicely. Well, it didn't give us an error. Invalid input syntax for type big int. Okay, wait, let's just clear that. I think that was because I tried to save the map. I don't want it to be saving the map. Okay, so here, layer type is not equal to vector. Hydration complete contains mismatches. Okay, we'll ignore that for the moment. Layer type is not vector. Okay, that's interesting. That's a bug. Let's just search for that. Layer type is not equal to vector. It's one of these two. It's console.error. It's this one here. Load autosave layer. Oh, okay, interesting. So the layer type is incorrect. Layer type. So if we go back to that data, layer type vector. Layer type tile. Now those two do definitely seem to be correct. Is the plugin creating the wrong layer type? Okay, so let's go back to OpenStreetMap. Load autosave if layer.layer type is not vector. Add layer. Oh, okay, so what we can do is we can check what the layer data is in the actual app. So if we go to this like panel here, layers panel, we should be able to see the both. We're only seeing the first layer, OpenStreetMap one. Console.log layer. Okay, so I should actually, in the console log, I should see the layer. Okay, layers directly below it. Oh, but it's looking at the OpenStreetMap one. That's completely wrong. Wait, no. No, OpenStreetMap is correct. Load autosave layer. Why does OpenStreetMap expect its layer type to be vector? That makes no sense. OpenStreetMap is never type vector. That's bizarre. Do all of the others have that same problem? If I go to gallery, let's go to gallery and go to one that is definitely work. OpenStreetMap structure layer type is tile, which is correct. So the plugin is Open Base Maps. Oh, that's the problem. It's the plugin. We shouldn't be using OpenStreetMap as a plugin because that's the old one. It's now Open Base Maps, I think. Open Base Maps. Okay, so if we go back to this one, layer, we'll just minimize that layer. Okay, so this one, the plugin is OSM. That's the problem. Plugin should be Open Base Maps. Aha. Okay, now let's copy it and paste it back in. See if that fixes it. LGBT index. So let's reload this one. That's better. So the OSM layer has no problem. Can't access render data. Layer.contents is undefined. Alright, interesting. So let's just close that. Let's just close all the other tabs to the right and tabs to the left. Just have the type and then the validation. So, and we can remove the top one. Actually, let's keep this top one because we might want to reference it. So it was saying that layer.contents is undefined. Okay. So it definitely needs layer.contents. Fairly sure it needs layer.contents, even if it starts blank. So layer.contents. So let's go down to the one that we're working on. Yeah, see this layer from here to here does not have contents. Doesn't matter where it sits in, so we'll just put it last. Cool. And let's wait. Does the last layer need contents? We'll add it in as well, just in case. There we go. Contents blank. Oh wait, long level metadata. This layer. Add contents as well. Is that fine? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's copy LGBT map data, paste it in. Obviously this is a very, shouldn't really be editing database data directly, but hopefully this is a one-time, apparently. Error, page not found. Huh? Wait, what? Let's just reload. Maybe it was the internet. Okay, there we go, that's better. Ah, brilliant, it's working. Holy shit. Okay, it's not liking me saving. Saving is a big problem. Let's just go to the network tab and just go to XHR. So ignoring the log ones, let's look at just method post, because those would be the save ones. Oh no, saving to log is not the problem. I think it might be patch. Patch, yes, okay, so the patching is a big problem. But actually, I'm not in editing mode, so it shouldn't be trying to update it. Only in edit mode should it be trying to update it. So that is definitely a bug that needs to be fixed. Let's come back to that bug. Let's just fix the 3 maps first. Okay, so fix trying to save when not in edit mode. That's an important issue. I'll fix in a minute. Just need to pause the stream for 2 minutes, guys. I will be right back. How do I do this? Okay, I'm back. Hopefully this works. Let's go. Right, so we sorted out, let's ignore that one. We sorted out this one, got it working, apart from the save. Now we need to do the next one. So we have that one to check. Homicide rate. So let's go to maps. Let's click on validate for homicide rates. All sorts of issues, probably the same ones as before. Structure is missing and it's required, so let's sort that out, shall we? Let's keep the Black Lives Matter one as a demo, and let's copy. Sorry, which one was it again? Homicide rate. I can close that. Homicide rate number 16. Copy value. Paste it in. Great. Now if I click that, show context actions, reformat. See, again, notice how it splits it into single, converted to single quotes. Let's just paste it. Very bad, because it's got all of the actual, oh, this is bad. See, previously I used to save maps with all of their contents. I don't do that anymore, but that was really bad. So let's just delete that. It's not gonna like this. Yeah, crazy amount of data. It's mad, it's mad. Anyway, let's delete all of the values. It looks like they end about here, Zimbabwe. Vietnam. Wait, what? Why? Those are countries. What am I looking at? Honduras? Have I copied the wrong data? Homicide rate. It's correct. So, homicide rate. Why has it got all of these countries? Let's delete all of the country values, because I'm sure whatever they are, we don't need them. Data set data. I can't see what map this is. I mean, what layer. This is plugin, Our World in Data. Oh, it is an Our World in Data thing. Okay, fine. So let's just remove all the data set data, because we don't need to store that anymore. Contents. In fact, contents should be, yeah, let's just do it from there. So this is the double array. down to the end of the double array. So I'm keeping the array, I'm just emptying it. Dataset data is now empty. Great. Now if I select this and I go reformat, why does it do that? It changes the double quotes into single quotes. What I could do is I could paste it into one of these JSON scratch files, like this one, paste in. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want to adjust the JSON, just that. Paste it in, and then click reformat. Yeah, there we go. Because it's now, in this file, it knows it's JSON, it's kept the quotes correct. Okay, now I can paste it back here, and it can tell me, let's just minimize that. All right, it can tell me what's broken about it. So state is missing the two things that we knew from before, so let's go copy that. State is loading and is selected. Let's copy those into there. Beautiful. Level, we don't need that. And then structure is missing. So let's go copy structure. We'll obviously need to just check the values. Paste. Okay, so responds to, they're all false, perfect. Level is data. Yes. Okay, that's perfect. Great, that one seems to be good. And then open base maps. Yeah, that's good. State is also missing last two values. Lovely. Index base. Structure. Level is base, not data, because this is the open base maps layer. Lovely. Okay, so I think that's all good. So let's copy the value. See? Base, yeah. So let's just copy that value. Select, copy, and paste it in here. Homicide rate. Can I clear a value just by... I don't really want to load it all just to clear it. Can I just go like edit row? Can I go like this and then here click edit on data? Load full JSON data. Okay. Paste. Much smaller. Not saving the data should be fine in the contents because I don't do that anymore. So let's reload, and then let's click validate for homicide rate. Structure is required. This is the homicide rate one, right? Homicide rate, yeah. Structure is required, but it's there in that layer, and it is there in that layer. Copy. Let's just double check this. Edit, layers, structure, layers, structure, network, go to the network tab here, and go super base. Maps select. Yeah, okay, so let's take a look at these maps. Map select, source, featured image. Okay, this is all the maps. And if we look at, oh, we can just reload the page. Doesn't matter which one. So we want to look at the homicide rate one. Then we look at data. We look at layers. We should see no contents. There's contents. Yeah, see, it's definitely giving us the cached one. So let's copy the URL. Go to Cloudflare. Go to and we can clear, we can poach everything. Don't think that's a problem right now. We don't need everything to be cached. And now let's reload. And if we just do validate, still Why though? It's number 16. That is the one we edited, right? Oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't apply and then save. That's probably what happened. Okay, now let's reload. Apologies for the notification sounds. Homicide rate, validate. Good, yay. Okay, so if I reload the page on the live site, we'll do a hard refresh. Still there's an error. Oh. Strange. Okay, layers 0 structure required, not found. Okay, let's purge everything again in the cache and do a hard refresh of this page. Still saying the same thing. Structure required. Let's just check response that it is getting. Suit base. We won't go XHR. We'll just do. That's just the log. Oh, I think the problem is because I hard-coded, I built this as a static site. Yeah, that's the issue. Okay, so what I can do to fix this is run the build process. Well, let's just fix the last one, and then we'll run the build process to fix both. Okay, so this one, this issue might be different because it's not related, I think, to the structure of the data necessarily. Well, the population density, let's just first validate it and check what happens. Yeah, see, it is valid. Let's open it up in a new tab and check what happens. Okay. So no errors actually, it's just the values are wrong. So what we'll do, so this seems to be fine, so we can, we'll keep it open, just close those two. Let's close other files, and we can close scratches. What we want to do is look at the Our World in Data plugin, and we want to look at the part where it's taking the values and applying them. So if we go back to the data validation, and let's just copy the population density value, and you'll see why I'm doing this now. Copy. It's really annoying that it does that. Just reopen the last closed tabs, paste in the structure, reformat, copy, paste it in here. Okay, so we know the data is valid. In fact, I don't even need to validate. I could just look at it here in the JSON file. So what I wanted to check is color. It's supposed to be color purple. That doesn't make any sense though. The data set is supposed to, yeah, the data set is supposed to provide the colors. So if I go to data sets, population density, that one. Okay, so let's scroll to the right. There should be a thing here, render data. That's what we're looking for. So in the data set, there's a property here called render data that provides colors. And the colors are determined, the values, the colors that get set on the map per color, per country, should be determined by these values. So what we can do is we can copy this and just do, let's say, const render data equals that, just to take a look at it. So here you can see in the sidebar the different colors. It's like a color map based on the values. Min, van, val. So what we want to do is look at the part of the code that's checking the numbers relative to these min vals. Okay, so let's go back to our world in data plugin and look for .minval. Looks like it could be this very first one. Update feature color, and I guess this is set feature color or something. I don't know why there's two references to it. What is this? Oh, save layer. Oh, that's save layer. This is add legend. Oh, okay, so this is just the legend. It's using the min values for the legend. We're not worried about the legend, so let's go to the other one. Update feature color. So here we actually want to debug the values. So it's checking the index versus the min val. So let's console.debug the index. I don't like doing it that way anymore. The index and the min val. It's trying to find one where it's trying to find the first one where index is greater than min value. All right, well, let's just look at render data. Let's debug that as well. Let's debug render data and index. Index being the actual value. We don't need that anymore. Oh, okay, here we go. So the indexes are, see, the problem is the index values are 0 point something instead of being numbers. So the values are completely off. Why have I got numbers and values that are so incompatible? If we go back to here, we can see we're expecting to get up to 1,000. So like from 0 to 1,000. Instead of we're getting 0 to 1. The largest one I can see is 0.4. Let's check the actual data. So this is the data set. Population density. So the file is population density.csv. And I think does it fit? Do I fetch it? .csv. Yes, I do. Let's open that in a new tab and just check the actual data. I hate numbers. That should not be the default. Google Sheets. Didn't realize I had that as an app. Sorry, if anyone's messaging, I'm not seeing it because I'm not checking. 0 concurrent viewers. Okay, good. Well, I need to figure this. Figure this out. Could not be opened. Okay. Well, let's save it to downloads. Just save it. Nope. What I want to do, enter, save, and now click on open. All right, well, it's opened up in, oh, there's 3s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. Yeah, some in the hundreds. Okay, so that is actually valid. So I'm getting the wrong numbers then, population density. Why is the code getting the complete wrong numbers for index? Render data is perfect. Yeah, I don't need to keep debugging the render data. But the indexes are completely wrong. So, oh, parse float. data 3. Well, let's just debug data 3 then, and see what the values are before parsing as flits. Wish there weren't so many countries, so make this easier. Oh dear, what's happened to the browser tab? Stop. Reload. Okay. Now it's reloading. Let's try that again. What is it waiting for? I know my internet's crap today, but bloody hell. The Vite server seems fine. Okay, you know what? Let's open this in a new tab. Maybe that tab is broken. I guess I could have just right-clicked and gone duplicate tab. That would have worked. Is my internet okay? Seems to be fine. Not great. It's pretty pathetic, but it'll do. So what is going on here? Okay, hang on, let's just rerun the server then. Stop, restart, reload the page, open up DevTools. Right, this time it's actually loading. Okay, here we go. There's the values, and it does seem to be parsing them correctly. Is it getting them from the wrong? Let's go up to the top. No. So the first one is 0.412, and if we look at our thing, the spreadsheet. Wait, what's going on in the spreadsheet? Man, I hate Apple software. Completely off. Where is it even getting the data from? Okay, you know what? Let's look at where it's getting the file. Update feature. Update feature, make vector layer. Feature. What is the okay. The feature is the open layers feature. Dataset data. Okay, where's it getting the dataset data from? There, parse CSV file. File contents. Okay, cool. So let's debug the file contents and see if it at least is correct. And then, you know what, we can go. No, sorry. Just stop those from being debugged. So we just want to see the data. Okay, so 0.022, which is correct. That matches 0.022. And then Afghanistan should have a 1 as well. Yeah, there we go, 1.17, 1.5. Okay, so that's all looking good. So now let's debug after the conversion from parse CSV file, dataset data. Dataset data. Okay, we want to look at the first one, 0.022. Yeah, that's good. 0.04. Wait. Oh yeah, that's correct. So if we look at Afghanistan, it should go all the way up to, what's the highest value? A few hundred. around 200 is its maximum. So let's just close these and just scroll down to the last Afghanistan one. Yeah, 2020. Which year is that? 2100. Oh, those must be estimates into the future. All right. Well, anyway, if we just look at this, 140. Yeah, that's about right. So then it probably goes up to 200. Yeah. Okay. So those are looking fine. Then where's the for each loop? Read features for each feature, properties, dataset data, update feature. Okay, so with the update feature, let's go back here where we were earlier. Dataset data 3, and then index there. So I'm debugging them again. And you know what, let's do the name as well. So dataset data 0 was no country. And here, render data, index. Okay, that should be good. So now we'll get file contents. Yeah, I don't, hang on. It's just reload. Oh, I see. I see the problem. Actually, this is all totally fine. What we're supposed to have is the timeline. And when you go on the timeline, yeah. So the thing was working perfectly all along. It's just the timeline, firstly, was not showing, and secondly, needs a lot of work because of it should be like logarithmic, kind of. I need a better solution for this timeline. Right, well, let's stop debugging things, because clearly it is working. Oh, you know what? If I look at the map data, I think it should say uses timeline, and the timeline value should be displayed already. So let's go back to the maps. This is homicide. No, population density. Got the value. Population density. That's the one we're on, yeah. Okay, so state. So in state, wait, isn't timeline a thing here? Responds to timeline. Oh, so I don't have like timeline open as a state object, because I think I removed it from the layers. It's no longer a layer value. Or maybe it is. Let's check. So I'm going onto the layer actions menu so that I can click on the layer and then state. Now see, timeline is not there. Dates. So what I could do, I'm pretty sure it only shows the timeline thing if it has dates or responds to timeline. So maybe what I can do is, when you show the layer, if it responds to timeline, then it should also open up the timeline. On load, should I do that? I mean, it depends on how many layers there are, but I think so. Okay, so if we go to our world and data, and we go to, let's just jump out a few layers, make vector layer. Okay, load autosave, add layer, emitter, show timeline. Oh. Oh, I think the problem is I don't use Show Timeline anymore, as I don't listen to it like that. I think Show Time. Maybe I do. It's supposed to be adding legend and showing timeline. I don't know where the legend is supposed to show or how, but anyway, let's just go and search for show timeline. Yeah, I see emit, but there's no on show timeline. Timeline.toggle. Map components timeline. How do I? Toggle timeline. What about show timeline? Where's map components? Map components is a store. Timeline. Open. Okay, so instead of, let's go back to this, instead of emit that, it should be map components dot timeline dot open. Like that, I think. Has it auto imported map components? No, it's done it correct. It's store, so I'll put it at the top here. Why is the interface in the middle of the imports? That doesn't make sense. It should be after all the imports. All right. Now, let's reload the page and see if the timeline pops open. It did not. Okay, well, let's just go back here and just debug here, just to check we are actually going there. Console.debug. And then, yeah, well, let's just start there. Ignore that, that's because I reloaded it. Autosave, yep, okay, it's going there. So timeline open. Maybe it's not ready for the timeline to be opened. As in the component's not ready. Yeah, because if that's toggling. And now if I switch this from open to toggle, I don't think it'll fix it, but it should. Yeah, didn't fix it, but we did. And if I, yeah, clicking that toggles it. It just, okay, it's clearly just not ready yet. So let's undo these changes. Map components, timeline. Reactive. This is open. The reason it does not, like, it doesn't just instantly work is because I'm using open layers as a mapping library. It doesn't, open layers is not responsive, it's not reactive like the rest of the app. It doesn't just work like Vue works. It's a completely separate JavaScript, interface. It's like a separate app in a way. So when I interact with it, I have to interact with it in the way that it expects. It's not reactive. It can't just react to a variable changing. Which is why if you look at the code for for OpenLayers, it's quite interesting how I do triggers and how I tell it to change things. So realistically, when OpenLayers gets started, it should listen to the timeline. Well, it should look at the timeline and see if there's changes that need to be made. OpenLayers map, I think it's this one here. Is it? No. Components, feature cards. Got core map. Maybe I don't. I used to have all of the OpenLayers code here in OL map. Maybe it's somewhere else now, like in utilities or something. Timeline dot. So I'm looking for timeline dot is open. In core map. Okay. Time slider. VIF is open and map components timeline dot layer and map components timeline layer date. Oh, I haven't set the layer. Add layer. Shouldn't, instead of add layer, shouldn't it be set layer? This dot layer equals layer. Should be set there. Anyway, timeline dot layer. I'm probably just setting it directly, which is not good. Layer equals layer toggle timeline. Ah, I see. I could do open layer instead of toggle timeline. I could go open timeline, and then instead of toggle, I can go open layer. It can be exactly the same otherwise, and then I could call that. So instead of calling that, I could call that open timeline. It should be exported. No, why is it not exported? I mean, if I'm going to open it, how does it know which layer to use? Layer actions menu. Specifically. Okay, you know what? So let's undo that and do the same. And instead of toggle, we're going to open it and we're going to set the layer to the layer. Maybe we should do the other way around. First set the layer. Not really an issue that we're tackling, but we'll go for it. It worked. Bloody brilliant. Lovely. Okay, let's run the build. Stop the dev. Don't worry, the build's quite quick. It only takes like a minute, maybe a little less. That's more like 30 seconds actually. And then we'll push it. And yes, I am going to use FileZilla, believe it or not, living in the Stone Age. I will, on a map, I will switch to using a CI/CD pipeline at some point. Okay, finished. Refresh on the left-hand side, and we want to push changes. Yeah. For now, let's use that one, because I don't want to change every single file. Although it seems to be changing every single file. Oh, it's because it's a build process and it's recreated those files. I used to use a different process for this. Instead of, I actually had rsync to prod. I just need the password. Let's pause the stream while I do this. One moment, guys. On a map, I'm looking for on a map prod FTP SSH. I think it's the FTP password. Let's try that one. Ah, good. I will continue screen sharing. Apologies for that. So it should have pushed. Let's do a hard reload of this page and check if the timeline pops up and if it works, and then we'll check the homicide rate one as well. Ah, it does. Brilliant. Yeah, that timeline will definitely need some work. And let's check the homicide rate map. Also works. Brilliant. And look at that. You can see the timeline is beautiful. It works beautifully here because we only have a very small set number of countries, of years, sorry. All right, I'm going to take a pause, a break, guys. I will stream more after lunch. Right, I'm back. Had lunch and had a meeting, and it's time to get back to work. So we finished these issues, so I'm going to just close those up. Right, now on our to-do list, let's just go in here. So that one, and that one, all done. Lovely, fix gallery maps. Okay, this is a big issue. Well, it's not a big issue, but it's an issue I definitely want to fix. When I open from the gallery, it doesn't open in edit mode. It opens up in like a preview mode, hence the start editing button. Ooh, and see, these are overlapping. We definitely don't want that. Also, here's another thing. Can't easily jump back to the gallery. To get back to the gallery, I've got to go out of the sort of app. Now we're in the regular website, and I can go to gallery, and then I can open up one of these. Let's open up this one. It doesn't have a timeline. Now, because we're in start editing, it's because we're not in edit mode. We're in other mode. So let's just close unnecessary things. Let's sorry, just gonna close the door. Right. I'm gonna close all the tabs because I don't need any of these. Let's find out, there's some sort of state that's storing, if we're in edit mode. No, edit. Is editing map. value. No, that's users editing an existing map. It's just if there is a map that you're working on, as opposed to you've saved a map. Maybe I should have made that clear, more clear. Doing an existing map, one that has been saved. Right. Now that's not what we're talking about here. Layer store. So what I want to do is use DevTools. Click on this guy. No, I didn't want it to go into edit mode. Go back. Something's really slowing down my internet here. Oh, that's not good. Right, let's go select. Core map. Okay, it's part of core map. It doesn't have, the start editing isn't its own component. Interesting. Is full screen. Mode, view. Aha! There's a mode on the core map. So let's open up the core map. Map mode, view or edit, perfect. And that is exported. So what we want to do is, when it tries to save when the browser changes, tries to auto-save. So we want to hook into that, and when that happens, check the map mode first. So I guess that would be, okay, you know what? Let's open up Open Layers, the Open Layers doc, and we're going to go look at the events of map. So OL map, I'll zoom in a bit for you. So there should be a section about events. Here, fires. Move end, move start, etc. I think it's on move end. That's what's, so move end. I think that's what's triggering. Yeah, map dot on move end. Emit, move map end. So let's map move end. Show site search here. Okay, that seems to be the only thing that's happening at the moment. Let's just double check that. Hello everyone, I'm back. It appears my internet is back. Okay. Let's first off re-enable the prop, the map mode prop. Once again, intermediate value is null. It's so weird. So here on the layers panel, no problem with the mode. What if I give it a value? Can it be null? Can I just say view? What is default mode? Oh, that's where you rename it, default mode. Okay. Sorry guys, it's been a while. I'm just trying to figure out again how define props works. You can give it an equal. You can give equals. I don't have to say define props. Define props is not defined. But here in layers panel. Oh, it's because that's a view file and this is not. Okay, I got it. Importing it from view. Okay, that's correct. Oh, because I'm being an idiot. This is not a view, it's not a component. That's why define props is not working. Okay. I was thinking OL map, but I saw OL map here and I thought that's that, but no, that's the store. Okay, so that does not make sense. Define props does not make sense. That mode does not make sense. Still need to sort this out. So mode, I need to get it from somewhere. Now, I think mode should rather be here on mounted. I should set the mode. Set map mode to the edit on mounted. And so there should be a store, a map store. Yeah, here. Map mode. And map mode should not be here. It should be here because it's a type. It's going to start as view. Map mode. really need to sort out this keyboard shortcut. I changed it earlier. I need to change it back. Keyboard shortcuts. Maybe you couldn't see that, but it was annoying. Switching between my windows. Okay, let's change that. Control left, control right. Done. Great. Now, you know what? For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to export it. Export const map mode. So here, instead of set map mode, I'm going to just say map mode. Oh, it should be, yeah, dot value equals edit. Hoping this is going to work. Let's, yeah. View mode. Core map. So core map now no longer has a prop of default mode. It's going to have map mode. Import map mode from stores. Get rid of that. Does this have to do with map mode? No, it does not. So I'll leave those errors for now. Okay, cool. And then in fact, where I've got mode here, I could just remove that. Just say map mode. Yeah. So I'm using the stored value from the store over there, map mode. And here I can also just use map mode. Map mode dot value. That's it. So now if I do F12, well, if I drag this, we shouldn't see a save. Just to clear the row. Good, it's not trying to save. Brilliant. And if I was to edit it, okay, now I've gone to edit mode. Now if I resize, it does save. Yes, that's what we want. And in fact, see the problem with it doing it multiple times? That's why we need this debounce. Okay, so we need to go const. Well, let's just let's do it here after the to-do. Const move and debounce equals set timeout. Okay. inside the set timeout, we've got a little function, and then we've got a timeout. Let's say it's let's do 400 milliseconds. It's 0.4 of a second. Okay, now inside that, I want to go autosave. But first thing you want to do is clear the debounce. So you go let clear timeout. Like that. Now let's move the let up to the top. Let map, let move in debounce. If I say, for instance, int number, I don't know if that's correct. Type timeout. Turn type of set timeout. Cool. Let's try that. Interesting, complicated, unnecessary, but return type of set timeout. Okay, good. Yeah, one patch, one options. Yeah, that's good. Notice how that's brilliant. So as I drag it, it's brilliant. So as I drag it, it doesn't do anything until I stop for 0.4 of a second, and then it saves. Perfect. 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 Oh, I have that. Okay, fixed. Okay, let's commit those changes. Adds autosave debounce on map move end. That seems quite cryptic if you don't really know if you don't really know what that means, those words mean. You look at that message and it's going to make no sense. But that's good. I'm very happy with that. All right, so that's one more task we can tick off. Lovely. Lovely daily goal. So to save parse in most cases. Disable unnecessary. Okay, I'm not going to do any of those right now. What I just want to go do is go back to the original map One of the other things is there should not be a pencil icon if map is not saved. Or if you're in edit mode, view mode. So let's just fix that. Pencil icon, layer actions menu, map title. I think it's this one, the map title in the header, yeah. So that button should be if map mode is equal to edit. See, now I can just import the store, the map mode from the store, and I can use it anywhere. Lovely. So now I can't edit it. Great. And what I want to do is just open this up in a private tab where I'm not logged in. So now imagine I'm a brand new user. Now the pencil icon appears. Now it shouldn't appear because I shouldn't be able to save it. And in fact, if I say Wallace line 2, save, it should actually give me an error because I don't think it actually saved. It tried to, but there's no response. And if I reload, yeah, well, it definitely didn't save. Let's just double check this. So is the Wallace line, that one there, Wallace line, it has not refresh table data. Yeah, it has not renamed. So when I do that, it should when I click edit, it should actually clear the current one. Current map. So there is a map store, right? There's a map, set map, clear map. So this should actually, all right, so let's go components, edit. That's not what we want. Oh, start editing. Right, when you click it, go start editing, close all, autosave, navigate to. Okay, wait, why autosave? Ah. Maybe what I should do is clear map first. So it should still autosave. There we go. It cleared the map. Log in to save. Cool. But I should have an autosave. Local storage, I think. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's clear local storage and just go back. Reload. Okay, so there's nothing in local storage. Good. Now if I click edit, there it is. It cleared the map, as we can see, and it made an autosave in my browser. Fantastic. Yeah, now if I go back, let's just reload this. Yeah, that's perfect. So I can't edit it anymore. Disables rename map button when not editing own map. Wait, hang on. But if I'm editing a map that I've created, so So let's just do this. I made one. Let's go rhinos. Let's load rhinos. Okay. Now, no, this is not what I want. I want to clear. Oh, it didn't change the. When it loaded, it didn't change the URL. That's interesting. It should do the same as start editing. Okay, so let's copy these. Load dialog, that's what we want. Load one. Clear editing layers, remove all layers. Set map, set local. Okay, close all dialogues, don't need to worry about that. Clear all layer contents dialogues, don't worry about that. Clear map. Don't have to worry about that. Save, don't have to worry. Only thing is this one here. Async function. I feel like it should maybe be the last thing. Okay, cool, that worked. Don't know why this one says rhinos on it. Okay, empty. No, oh, I hope I didn't damage it. Yeah, shit. Think I might have. I'm just gonna check if I have a backup of that. Okay, looks like I do have a backup of it. Should have made a test map. Bugger. Oh well. Let's, okay, wait, let me. Just gonna pause this. Right, hey everyone, I'm back. Let's try sort out that rhinos map that I destroyed. So I made a copy of the maps table. It's empty at the moment. I want to import, I've got a SQL file here, mapbros.sql. The thing is, and I'll open up in the code editor. Okay, so I think I need to just replace this maps public.maps with public Wish you would stop doing this. Yeah, okay, sorry. So I am gonna insert them into public.maps_duplicate. So let's do a find and replace of that particular file. Didn't I just have it open? Ah, I see. That's the wrong project. What I want to do is take Finder. Where's Finder? Why does it not have like the icons? Mac OS is just so crap sometimes. Okay, so now Finder, let's shrink it down, open it up in here. Correct. Now let's do a replace. Oopsie. Command R dot apps. No. Okay, wait. Let's do this. Let's do this a smarter way. Just need to blow my nose. Right, so I actually only want to open up one of the files. What is the easiest way to do this? I think it would be to open up this in Nano. Ah, see, my old Mac, my old Linux distro, I could right-click on the folder and just open up in Terminal, but apparently you can't do that yet. You could do other useless things, but can't open up in Terminal. I think what I could do, if I hypothetically had, what's my CLI tool called? I've honestly forgotten what it's called. I don't use it very often. Warp, that's it. Okay, so let's just pop Warp into the dock, and then I can drag the folder backups into Warp. Okay, this is good. This is good. That's Nano. It's just a better. It's just a more efficient way to edit. Well, like, yeah, it's difficult to edit large files like that in. Well, actually, hang on. Let's try that again. File size exceeds the configured limit. Code Insight feature is not available. Oh, that's fine. I don't need Code Insight. Okay, so what I want to do is find insert into ID creator. So I want to find the one that's Rhinos. Well, that's. Is it not finding it because? Okay, well, let's try this. Nano maps SQL. Where is Rhinos? Not found. Oh no. I could have sworn I had a data sets. Do I not have a backup of it? That's really sad. Okay, hang on. Let's try something. so what I've done is I've added a bunch of empty lines between each one. Huh? The only one it seems to have is LGBT. No, but there's waterfalls. So search is not working. Okay, so what I need to do sorry, this is just difficult to figure out. What I want to do is replace this with says there's only one. How can that be the case? Oh, I see. Okay. Maps underscore duplicate. Let's just save that. And then I can run it. I should have made a backup of this file first. Copy. Now let's edit the copy. And import the copy because that's the one for the duplicate. SQL editor. Can I just like import some SQL? How do I import? Come on, Supabase. My internet has been so bad today. Not even 1 megabit per second. I really should be running Supabase locally. It would be so much more convenient. Keep all the utils together. Keep all the components together, keep all the stores together. 3 stores, 2 components, 6 utils files. That's practical. What is this map ID? Huh. Right, is this gonna get me anywhere? Wish I knew what the hell was going on with the Wi-Fi. Alright, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to remake that map. That really sucks. I should have had regular backups. gonna have to look into that. Okay, fine. I'll just remake it. Guess it's good to learn this lesson about backups sooner rather than later, right? Right, so there's like 5 species, extant species of rhino. Extant species. Black, white, Indian, Java, Sumatran. All right. Let's just add them. Rhino. Start with blue. We'll skip teal because it's quite close to green. Black rhino. Great. White rhino. Skipping that. Great. Indian rhino. Over there. Javan rhino. Naturalist, Javan rhino. Used yellow, so now we go orange. And Sumatran. I could just click C and then press enter. That would be better. Sumatran rhino. Yes. Lovely. Red. Actually, let's skip red because they're going to be just 2 dots. There we go. That one and that one. Right, we're back in business. Now, if I refresh and double click here, that's much larger. Okay, great. Let's duplicate this row, copy row, copy to clipboard. Can I not just like... Can I not just duplicate it? No. Okay, insert row, insert from CSV, paste text. How is it? How are you supposed to duplicate a row? Export as CSV. I could do that, or SQL, or as JSON. And then I can import it. Either manually or as CSV. Okay, so I'll export it as CSV. Is that really the only way? let's just discard. Let's just make a new row based on this one. Oh, you know what? I could just save it as a new map. I think. Okay, first, let's just copy the value. Okay, now, I'm editing rhinos, right? So I could go map/rhinos. Okay, so now I'm actually seeing it. Great. Now if I click start editing, it'll give me a fresh, I can save as, give it a new name, rhinos 2 working copy. I didn't need to refresh. I could have just pressed the refresh table data button. Okay, cool. There we go. We have 2. Looks like identical. Now I'll work on that one. Okay, now let's talk about backups. It's one other thing I need to sort out. And I need a local copy of this site. Local copy of the database. Maybe I'll sort that out just now. There must be a way to do this. Supabase automatic backup. Database backups. Types of backups, physical and logical and physical. Are not enabled by default. Okay, there's 3 ways to do it. So you go to database, backups, schedule. Free plan does not include project backups. $25 a month. Not bad. I could pay for that, but I really don't need it. That's for automated backups. Point in time. Pro add-on. Oh, back to a specific time to the second. $100 a month. Definitely restore a new project. Per plan or above. Scheduled backups. What in time? Restore. Can I do daily backups or pro team and enterprise automatically on databases? Okay, backup process. This the Postgres utility daily backups. PG dump all. Access daily backups in the scheduled backups setting in the dashboard. Doesn't look like there's any automated way I can do it. But of course, if I had a local copy of the database, then that would be a fairly good alternative to having backups, at least at first, as initially. Right now, since this is possibly the most important table. Let me just make a backup of it manually. Sorted. How do I do this? Export as SQL. Okay, there we go. Good. Yeah, I need to work locally. Supabase local. I don't know what they call it. Local development and CLI. Docker desktop, which I think I have. Yeah, Docker desktop. Rancher desktop. A container runtime compatible Docker. Okay, so one of those. That's fine. I've got Docker desktop. Install the CLI. I can do that. Initialize a Supabase project. Base stack. Offline, faster development, offline work, cost effective, enhanced privacy, easy testing. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here for the day. I will continue this tomorrow.